Oh yeah.
Awesome. There we go.
All right. So Algo, thank you
Yeah.
for joining us today.
Thank you
Um,
for having me.
we just wanted to start out by, having you introduce yourself and then maybe talk about what led you to get into crypto and NFTs in the first place. So just you as an individual and then how that translated to Web3.
Yeah. I'm AlgoAlbums. I do pixel art versions of just music albums, a lot of stuff that I like, and what I think people would like too, because it's partially stuff that I want to make, but also what people be interested in. And I've always wanted to get into pixel art. I do draw. I've been doing that for a little while actually, and then I've always been pretty fond of pixel art. So I picked it up a little while ago and I decided that I wanted to make NFTs out of them. I've been into crypto for a while, since probably I'd say the past like 8 years, since I was around 12. Didn't really get into it until the past couple of years because 12-year-old not doesn't have crypto money. But so I've always liked the idea of NFTs. I do a lot of computer stuff, and I also have like a artistic side as well. So just combining the two seems like just a great thing right up my alley. So I've I saw a lot of the Ethereum NFTs when they were getting popular in the past like year or so, and just the gas fees and stuff. It was a little much for me, but when I found out about Algorand, like AB2 Gallery, Algo Gems, and all that, I was like, okay, I can get my stuff out there without paying an arm and a leg, in my position right now. I actually found out about Algorand through doing Planet Watch, like the rewards program for like the air quality data. I don't know if you guys are know about that, but that's how I found out about Algorand, because it uses their blockchain. So, and ever since then, I've gotten into a lot of like the yieldly staking and all that, and it's honestly just Algorand's community is pretty great. So, yeah, that's that, and that's kind of what led me up to where I am now. And I with my project, I think I'm going to do about 100 different albums. Um, that's kind of like my goal right now, is to do 100 different albums. Drops weekly every 2 weeks. I want to do some fun stuff on Twitter. Like I had a giveaway this past Friday where I just had like retweet, like, tag your favorite music artist, and I gave away it's like pixel art, like record plaques, like like the gold, platinum, and diamond ones. So that went really well. So I think I'm gonna do more stuff like that too, just in between drops, just to engage with people in the community, get to know people like that. Who doesn't like free NFTs?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. These are the craze, and I love it. I love it. I'm
Oh
here
yeah,
for it. We
yeah.
stand.
I'm still learning a lot, but so far what I've learned and just what I gotten into, I really like it. It seems like a great place for me.
Yeah. How long does it take you to make like one piece with pixel art?
Oh, that's quite. It can range from anywhere, an hour to spending multiple hours for a couple nights. Like, I'd say maybe like 8 hours in total doing it. For example, I have my drop actually coming. First drops tomorrow. I got 4 albums coming out. I don't know, did a System of a Down one, and that one took me, I'd say, probably about 3 or 4 hours in total. I worked, after work, an hour or two every night. And then I have ones like I I did One O Tricks Point Never album. That was actually the first one I sold before I even had a collection coming up. That took me about an hour. So it can range between that and the record plaque ones weren't as long, but it really depends, because when you're working with pixels, some things like geometric stuff, it's really easy. But when I'm doing, for example, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Californication, got the water and the sky, squares and that, it gets a little tricky. That one is probably giving me the most trouble, but it's out and dropping tomorrow. So yeah, I don't know, I enjoy it. Just the challenge of it. I like to pick ones that it's like, this might be kind of hard to turn into pixel art rather than some of the other ones. I do both, but I like a challenge.
Yeah. Oh.
I got an easy one for you.
Mhm.
Donda.
I actually, now that you mentioned it, I was going to do Yeezus for the next drop.
That would be so sick. I want to buy
I
that.
actually picked out the color palette after I got off work today. I
Woozy,
do
appreciate
everything
it,
by
man.
like just by mouse. I don't no automatic stuff. I just upload the picture and pick out the hexadecimal colors, plug that into Asprite. That's what I use to create them. And from there, kind of freehand it.
There's a very high likelihood I buy that
All right,
uses
well,
art.
just keep an eye out. Yeah, maybe the volume 2 or volume 3, but it's coming. I got all that set up, the
Oh
palette figured
yeah.
out. So
Oh yeah. So, you know, you mentioned that you were into technology and you're also an artist yourself.
yeah,
What drew you to make specifically album covers? Because that's kind of how our paths connected, because we're doing a music-based NFT and
yeah.
you're making album covers. So
Mhm.
can you just explain why you went down that route?
Well, for me, music is very important in my life. I actually DJ as well on the side. I used to produce a little bit, but I still do here and there. I like to make house music more than rap beats because it gets a little repetitive for me. Even though it's funny because house music seems to be more repetitive. It's something that I enjoy more. Um, but a lot of my family does music. Like my stepdad, he produces. He does a lot of his own music, plays instruments. So do some of my siblings. So that for me is something that I've been really deep into for most of my whole life. Like all types of different music from anywhere. I have my dad, he listens to a lot of classic rock. My mom used to listen to a lot of metal, reggae, all that. So just all that combined, having like a deep knowledge in music. And it's not like I just like, a couple of different genres. I listen to just about anything. So for me, making album covers of, all different types to reach out to like a big crowd because, I have some albums that people have never heard of. Like I did a Vaporwave album, Floral Shop by Macintosh Plus, kind of a meme album. But that's an album that I listened to, and a lot of people are like, "What's that?" But then the right person sees it, they're like, "Oh my God, this is the coolest thing ever!" I can't believe someone actually did this. So I feel like for me, being able to like reach out to all those different audiences, with there's music that I like, that's kind of what got me into doing album covers in particular.
Yeah, so you mostly do work with like albums that you enjoyed that kind of spoke to you the most.
Yeah, that's usually what I do. I've taken a couple suggestions. Usually I'll ask people for suggestions, and if it's something that I'm like, oh yeah, that one. But some of them, I might not know as well, but I'll still do because I'm like, what, this might look cool, and that kind of goes back to the artistic side. Like, oh, you know what, I like this little challenge. It's not like I know this album, not like I don't know how to word this correctly, not like something that really speaks to me, but an album that I like, because I mean, not all music is stuff that I listen to super deeply. Sometimes I'm like washing dishes, fun
Yeah.
album to listen to, stuff like that. So um I like to do a wide variety, and just stuff that I like.
Yeah.
I think in the future I might do a kind of like an auction type thing. Once I am starting to make more and more. I got a bigger workload now, so taking custom stuff is getting towards out of the picture. I still take suggestions, but I might do something where I might auction off like an album that somebody like wants for sure. Like they will like custom just for them. I might do like a little something like a drawing or something like that. I'm not sure quite yet, but I think that's a upcoming idea.
Yeah. So you were doing commissions, and now you're not. Now the
Yeah.
space has allowed you to kind of move away from that. How's that feeling for you, like as an artist and the like?
Well, that it's nice, having I didn't really think that the workload would build up so fast, but now I got one drop tomorrow. And it's like, oh, I'm already making the volume 2 and volume 3, because sometimes I wait till last minute, but having all these deadlines kind of helps out. We're like, all right, I want to have these ones done before then. So it is nice, instead of having to be like, hey, I'll do whatever for this. It's like I get to have my own creative path to where it's like, all right, I like doing art for people, but I have such a like more of a workload now to where I can do what I really want to, and then if somebody really wants something custom, I can still do that,
Yeah.
but for a price.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope.
Okay.
Yeah. What are your pieces typically going for now that you've got some traction?
So the first one that I sold for 60 algo actually. And for the next drop, I'm going to release them for 50 algo a piece. I was going to do different prices ranging on how like long ones took me, but I think I decided today that I'm doing some that take me, maybe an hour or two, and some that might take me like a good 6, 7 hours. So I think I'm going to, it would even out if, do them all 50 algo, and they're all one of one, because I'm going to try to do around 100. Don't really want multiples. So, I know it's a little bit of a higher price tag, and I've talked to some people, seen some stuff about, not not putting the price too high, but I feel like, doing smaller drops, more like detailed, personal, I feel like it's fair to do that in my opinion. So I'd say 50 algo a piece for the albums, and I might do some like fun stuff, like more of the record plaques, stuff like that that kind of goes along with the music.
Yeah.
So those would be, cheaper options for that. But I think that's what it's going to be from here.
Dude, I love it. I love it. And so, like, how many are you dropping in this series?
Like your price point is great.
Say it again?
The price point is great. I think is what he said. Yeah.
Thank you. Because like, I want people to be able to afford it. I don't. If it's something that someone really likes, I don't want them to be like question like, is this too much? I want it to be something people can afford. Because if I put myself in their shoes, if I saw something like that, I'd be like, oh yeah, this is really cool, and I wouldn't want to shy people away from something that they really like with a price tag. Because I know how it is. It's I don't even have that big of an NFT collection because I'm still trying to get my crypto up. So
yeah,
I respect that. And also it helps you build a community, because if you're just like coming in and you're like, oh, I'm selling this for like 0.5 ETH. Like, no, like, I don't know who you are. Like
exactly.
Relax.
Maybe in the future there might be some like real special edition stuff, but
sure.
maybe. And for this, back to the other question about this, the coming collection tomorrow, I'm going to have 4 albums releasing then, and in the week after that, so a week from tomorrow, I'll have another 4.
Oh, 4 and 4. That's nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to do weekly, every 2 weeks. Maybe like I said,
that's a great turnaround.
Fun things, in
that's
between.
A great turnaround.
I think it's cool. Smaller drops, but frequent. So if somebody's like, oh, I missed it, and they wouldn't want to have 10 all sold out, it's like, okay, you got next week or 2 weeks from now.
Yeah. Do me a favor, ping me when that Yeezus drops, because
I got you.
My eye is on it. Bobby, I don't know. I think you were trying to say something before. I don't know if you had any questions.
Yeah, I didn't want to interrupt. I was just saying I think your price point is great because you're releasing one-on-one, limited versions of these. So I don't think that's a problem with your price at all.
Yeah, thank you. With one of the cool things that I've always liked about NFTs is that they have like the royalties from it. It's like I don't want to be greedy. If I release it for a fair price point, if somebody wants to sell it for a bunch, like good for them. I appreciate it. I take it as a compliment. And if getting a little bit of royalties here and there, that's fine for me. I like seeing people make money. It's like, good for you. And if it's my artwork, it's like, wow, that's awesome. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and that's what's so great about this space. It's it's huge for artists because you can make that little bit on the back end, and then everyone can benefit. So it's great.
That's what I want to see for everybody. Because it's just great. I don't want to be greedy.
Yeah, that's some awesome stuff, man. Do you on Algorand? I'm not too familiar with it. I know Colorful was able to grab Minkos, but do you set like the royalty? I know there's some places that like you just kind of put it up on a slider or whatnot.
So as of right now, I'm minting and posting them on AB2 Gallery. There isn't a slider for that right now, but I was looking at the frequently asked questions page today because I'm gonna be honest, I didn't know how much the royalties were, but it said it was around 10% on there. I was at work when I was reading that. I might have missed some of the smaller print, but I think it's around that, which is great. And I do know that AlgoGems, which I actually hold some of their token gems because they have the staking pools on Yieldly now. I've been looking into using them as well, just widen my audience. They have a little slider on there that lets you put your royalties on there, like similar to OpenSea. Yeah. Thank you.
And now, do you have like a following per se, like around your drops? Like, what has that been like? kind of like more and more people starting to follow the the algo album drops, or what has that been like, kind of growing in some notoriety in the Algorand community?
So I'm gonna be honest, it's not it's been growing definitely for sure since I started, but this is going to be the first official drop. But I have had people, message me on Twitter, be like, yeah, no, I'm really excited. I'm looking forward to, this one. Um, the guy who actually purchased my first sale, he's been hitting me up, and he's excited for it. That I've talked to him. I like to talk to people, network, and all that. And it's nice, talk to people who like appreciate your art. It's like, wow, I didn't expect this. Kind of started it for fun, really. Wasn't like a, oh yeah, strategic, make an NFT following. It was really for fun, and that's how it started. But I do have I just hit 100 Twitter followers, actually. I know it's nothing crazy, but it's a milestone. So
Yeah,
I do
it's a
have,
big one.
yeah, no, it happened today, and I was really happy about it. But yeah, I do have some people who are like waiting on this drop. It's cool. I'm excited to release it.
Hell
Awesome. Yeah. Is there anything you want to say, kind of to wrap up, like what you've learned in this space, or just something about your project specifically, like any closing remarks that you might just want to air out?
Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna be honest, I'm not the best at this, but just being in this space, just reaching out to people, for any, people who are watching that want to start getting into this, or already are, but you just need like just some direction. Reaching out to people, it really helps a lot. Everybody has super good advice here, no matter what it is, whether it's like how you promote your stuff or just good conversations about anything, really. Um, it 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 helps grow your community, just talking to whoever it is that follows you. Never be afraid to reach out for help. I don't. If you're starting, you're learning. It's great to learn things from people. So always, feel free to reach out to people. It's a great community. Everybody's super nice. That's one really good thing that I've noticed. Everybody's really nice, welcoming, and yeah.
Cool. And is that would you give the same advice to somebody who maybe is an artist and is thinking about doing an NFT? Is there anything you might give them? Is it different? Is it the same?
I would say it's the same. I can understand how NFT stuff might be confusing to somebody, let's say they do a lot of art and then bring it onto a computer. That's one thing I have kind of talked to people who do art. I work at Starbucks. One of my regulars, she does art, and I was talking to her about that today. She was like, I have no idea about any of that stuff. And my best advice, go on Reddit and look up how to mint an NFT. Because once you learn how to just like do that and get the idea of how it works down, like like the ASA contracts, and just real simple, it's easy. It's like posting a picture on Instagram, really.
Yeah.
So just get the basics down on how to mint something, and go from there. Get your art onto a computer somehow, scan it, whatever, take a picture. I don't know.
Yeah.
However you want to do that, but yeah, there's a lot of information out there, and kind of goes back to my other point. Feel free to ask people. If you follow people on Twitter, Instagram, feel free to ask like, hey, where should I get started? But what marketplace should I get started on?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Sure.
Awesome.
Dope, man.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for hopping on.
Yeah, of course. And thank you guys for having me. I was been excited for this all day, and I really do appreciate it.
Hell yeah.
Anytime.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Thank you guys.
Yeah, dude, it's our pleasure, man. We love hearing your story and hearing from like artists and all the folks that are like, it's I guess something that was so foreign to like start to kind of like create a small following, start to build a community of sorts, and it's amazing how like welcoming the Web3 NFT space can be for so many folks and so many artists. It's like if you got dope art, if you've got something that you're like passionate about, like this is the space to kind of spill your guts in, and it'll be on the blockchain, like the truth will come out. So it's awesome seeing it all.
Yeah, 100% right. I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, man, awesome, brother. Thank you so much for hanging out with us.
No problem.
Thank you, man.
Yes. Yeah. All right. I'll see you guys later.
All right, man.
Later, brother.
Be good.
You too, man.
All right, hang tight, boys. I'm gonna